This is a video of Osnor case study done by Group 19 Tutorial C, including Amy, Gillian, Joy, and Lisa. Our content will include introduction of Osnor Company, analyzing three challenges that Osnor is facing. Firstly, challenges due to the offshoring and reshoring process, following by operational challenges of developing an economy brand, and lastly, difficulty to enter the China market and conclusion. Osnor is a Sweden company making bathroom and mattress and mixer for household and business. In 2003, faced with the pressure from the Swedish and German competition, the company decided to outsource its production to China. However, it was unsuccessful offshore due to the increasing capital and fall in quality control. In 2010, the new CEO decided to reshore the company. The reshoring had raised some issues, such as recruiting skilled laborers and finding the suppliers. In 2014, Osnor acquired Damisa. This acquisition raised several problems for Osnor company, for example, retaining skilled and talented employees, and with consideration of offshoring, again to develop economy brand. For the 5 forces will help us to analyze our competition, identify the threats in our business, and determine whether or not a business can be profitable based on other businesses in the industry. The bargaining power of suppliers is considered as moderate because the China suppliers are neither not interested nor able to deliver the relative small volume to Sweden. The challenge increased when Osnor acquired the Damisa brand and want to position Damisa as an economy brand. This means Osnor have to find suppliers to outsource some of their operation. Next is about bargaining power of customer. Osnor has a huge market presence, serve both individual and corporate buyers. Since corporate buyers buy in a big quantity, they have a high bargaining power, but individual buyers do not have the power. However, the customer can easily compare the price online, get information about a wide variety of products, and get access to offers from another competitors instantly. So the bargaining power of the customer is moderate. The rivalry in the bathroom and kitchen segment of Osnor is high because the main competitors of Osnor is Swedish and German competitors. The competitors are roughly equal in size and power. Moreover, barriers to exit are high, forcing Osnor and competitors to remain in the industry even though profit margins are declining. Lastly, the growth rate in the kitchen segment is low. The threat of new entrants in the kitchen and bathroom industry can be considered as medium, because the cost to set up a business is high. Moreover, the new entrant need licenses, insurance, distribution channel, and other qualifications that are not easy to obtain when they are new to the industry. Furthermore, Osnor have invested quite a sum to have a better service and minimize the cost. A new entrant is likely to not have this kind of expertise, therefore creating a competitive disadvantage right from the start. However, many small startup businesses have attempted to enter the market with a cheap and fashionable product. However, it is unlikely that the presence of the new entrant will pose a threat to Osnor in Sweden due to its strong and diversified brand. Kitchen and bathroom is essential segment, hence there is a very little or no alternative or replacement kitchen and bathroom equipment. Hence, the threat of substitute to Osnor can be considered as low.
First, issue of Osnor's offshoring from Sweden to China. The term offshoring here refers to an approach which relocated the manufacturing facilities from one country to another, particularly to an emerging market country with lower costs. What are the motivators for Osnor to offshore? First, reduction of manufacturing costs. China is one of the countries with a low labor and raw material costs, which can lead to the reduction of overall manufacturing costs. Second, to focus on the main business. Offshoring can contribute time efficiency for Osnor's management to concentrate on the main business activity. Third, to maintain market position. Osnor's position was challenged by the German and the Swiss competitors. By offshoring its manufacturing facilities, Osnor can maintain its market position in Sweden. However, the relocation of Osnor's production to China was not successful, and has increased some of the risk. Under the Porter's five forces due to the following issues. First, the lead time for the new products become longer. In China, there are Chinese mercantilist policy that implements first the localization in which multinational companies must bid to. This includes the publication of domestic technology standards and strict regulatory certification requirements. For example, Osnor must transfer intellectual property or technology to China by joint venture or domestic products as a condition of marketing access. Due to these strict conditions, Osnor's new products launch could take longer time to be approved by the Chinese government and get delayed. As a result, Osnor may experience higher risk in the threat of new enter force. The local Chinese company may get the first move advantage and dominate the market, leaving Osnor far behind. Second, the capital employed increased because Osnor needs to hold more stock in the warehouse. Due to the recent law reforms and a large increase in minimum wage in China, the labor cost in yuan term have rose. As a result, Osnor's manufacturing cost increased. The company also experienced higher risk in the rivalry force, as local Chinese companies receive subsidies from the government and can hire locals at a cheaper rate to minimize the product's costs. Third, the quality control consumes substantial resources, as there are differences in technology between Sweden and China. Osnor may have to send expatriates to monitor the process of producing goods to ensure the quality consistency. Moreover, Osnor may have a bid to the strict regulation certification requirement of China, as mentioned in the first reason. Hence, Osnor has to use large resources during the process of offshoring to China. Due to the challenging offshoring and the motivation to reshore, such as cost-related drivers, infrastructure-related drivers, and the competitive priorities, Osnor decided to reshore back to Sweden. However, Osnor's reshoring was not successful, and the firm faced issues such as: first, lack of interest in manufacturing jobs among the youngers. Young people in the local area are looking for job opportunities. Yeah, they need to be trained, and the manufacturing jobs were not so popular in the internet population. Second, lack of supply for manufacturing components. In the Nordic and Eastern European area, and the Chinese supply were neither interested or able to deliver the relative small values to Sweden.
Next is the discussion on the second issue regarding Osno's difficulty entering the Chinese market in 2014. Using Omei's 3C model, we analyze why Osno has difficulty entering the Chinese market. The first C Company, which is where Osno is. The second C, customers, which are the Chinese consumers who are targeted. Compared to Osno's consumers in Sweden, the targeted Chinese consumers are very much different in terms of design preferences and decision-making processes. As a result, this poses a challenge to Osno's strategies of selling their products to this particular market. For example, Osno promotes their products to the targeted customers using a handmade advertising strategy in Sweden. The strategy has brought them success in the established Swedish market. However, such advertising strategy is not welcomed by the Chinese market. Instead, a machine-made advertising strategy is more successful as the Chinese consumers perceive products as highly reliable. Moreover, Osno uses a niche marketing strategy to tailor their products in the right way and communicate efficiently to the targeted customers. However, this approach is unsuitable in China since it has a big population. With the designs that will only be able to serve a small niche market, Osno will be unable to gain a large profit margin and economies of scale in the Chinese market. This is where the last C kicks in, which is the competitors. Because Osmo only targets a niche market where there is only a small group of customers to purchase the products, other countries perhaps like Germany or Switzerland or the local companies that are able to serve the mass market in China will be able to dominate the market and leave Osmo far behind. To successfully enter the Chinese market and sell their products, Osno must understand the local demand of products and competitors' marketing strategies of selling their products in a huge country like China. When all the C's in the stated model are well established, the problem will probably be solved for the issue.
Let's continue with the last issue regarding Osno's operational challenges of developing an economic brand segment. By 2014, Osno had 3 brands after its acquisition of Damisa, with Mura Amateur at the top end, FM Mason in the middle, and Damisa as an economic brand. However, it has raised operational challenges and has rose the risk of some forces under protest by force of the Osno. First, dissatisfaction from Damisa's employees. Employees from Damisa were not pleased to become the lower brand compared to Swedish brands. They see organizational change and shift in corporate identity as uncomfortable and difficult to accept. As a result, Osno may experience higher risk in rivalry force with some consequences. Secondly, difficulty of absorbing to develop a brand for the economic segment. Based on the analysis of posted by first discussed earlier, the bargaining power of supplier for Osno in Mora has a moderate risk. And then the risk for the bargaining power of suppliers force would become higher. This is due to the following reasons. Firstly, supply product availability. Suppliers for manufactured components from China are unwilling to meet small quantity targets, but Osno has to solve the problems of the demand that always supply. Secondly, pricing. Finding supplier is already a major challenge. If owners can find a supplier who is willing to deliver the small volumes, it is unlikely for the firm to switch suppliers at any time soon. This makes the supplier think they are important and they charge a higher cost price. Osno needs the supplier, so of course they will agree.
Facing the major challenges from offshoring and reshoring process, as well as building the brand economy and difficulty to enter the China market, Osno should consider carefully their offshoring plan again and find a suitable solution so as it can compete with another strong brand from other countries.
Thanks for listening.